name's Justin Tomlinson, and I'm the chair of the Victorian Bar Art and Collections Committee, and also a director of the Peter O'Callaghan QC Portrait Gallery Foundation. Whew. On behalf of the Victorian Bar, the committee and the foundation, I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. We welcome you to this wonderful gallery. Housed in the heart of the Victorian Bar, welcome members of the judiciary, other friends and family, honoured guests, particularly our patron, the Honourable Justice Michelle Gordon, and the Honourable Justice Robert Osborne, with whom Arnold read as a baby barrister and who will speak in a few moments. We're also honoured to be joined by the artist who painted Arnold's portrait, Murali Surya. Murali is a graduate of the Florence Academy of Art in Italy and is the founder of the Atelier Melbourne Art Academy, where he teaches classical methods and techniques of drawing and painting. Murali, thank you very much for joining us and for your family too. Additionally, and perhaps unusually, something we should perhaps have more often, either through interpretive dance or some other means, we tonight are going to hear about Arnold's life and achievements in song from Jason Voorher, who has played with, among other people, with the Little River Band and Darryl Braithwaite. His song titled Arnold was released earlier this month, and we're very pleased to have a chance to hear it firsthand. But first, I would like to call the Honourable Justice Robert Osborne to the podium to say a few words about Arnold and to formally unveil Murali's portrait. Thank
you. Well, thank you. It's my pleasure tonight to say something about Professor Arnold Dix, who, as you've heard, read with me when he came to the bar at the start of the 90s, which does seem like a long time ago now. One of the strengths of the bar is its diversity. It's a strength because that diversity produces different perceptions and responses to the legal, social and environmental issues of our times. When it comes to diversity of practice, Arnold is out there in his own orbit. He regularly spins back into what most of us would think of as conventional practice, but he often explores roles and areas that are all his own. Along the way, he has spent time as a solicitor and another extended period in the Middle East, working to save and improve the lives of immigrant workers. But he has come back to the bar as he's working home, where he is tonight, and his own personal brand of independent professional practice. Arnold grew up in Jindabyne in the Snowy Mountains, and since childhood he has had a fascination with rocks and tunnelling. His first university degree was in geology, and it was only after a substantial foray in that field that he came to study law, and then after a short attempt at fitting into a large city firm, he came to the bar. He has developed a substantial practice over the years in environmental, criminal, tort and contract law, which utilises his expertise to produce evidence-based advocacy and decision-making, particularly in tunnel-related disputes. He's currently briefed in a major case in the Land and Environment Court of New South Wales involving a dispute between a landfill operator and the operator of a mine, which unfortunately extends below the landfill. He's also involved in giving ongoing advice to the operator of the tunnel under the English Channel in circumstances where complications have arisen as a consequence of the increasing electrification of vehicles using it. He has developed an international reputation as a tunnel expert, and as a result of his work, he's been the Australian delegate to the Tunnel Safety Committee of the Permanent International Association of Road Congresses since 2008, and since 2022 he's been the president of the International Tunnel and Underground Space Association, a United Nations NGO based in Geneva with some 150,000 members worldwide, so a very significant professional association. In his role as a tunnelling expert and leader of that field of human endeavour, he's been called upon to assist local authorities across the world in response to a series of major disasters, starting at home here in Melbourne, as some of you will recollect, but also advising with respect to the use of tunnels under the World Trade Centre after 9/11, the aftermath of the London and Madrid bombings, and a series of major fire disasters. Most notably, however, he took a leading role in 2003 in the Himalayan tunnel disaster rescue, which took place way up in the mountains near the source of the Ganges, and as it happened on a significant route of Hindu pilgrimage. On that occasion, he took a leading role in a rescue operation which lasted 17 days in extraordinarily difficult conditions before 41 miners were able to crawl back out of a hand-dug escape hole. That performance brought him out from the underground in media terms, and he became a star in social media in India with something like 100 million hits on YouTube. And a bit closer to home, a star of Australian Story. In personal terms, Arnold is a much-loved member of the Monbulk and Dandenongs community, and that has led to the writing of the song, which, as you've heard Jason Forhere, the songwriter, will perform in a moment. He does take a special delight in conversations and experiences ranging across disparate cultures, philosophies and areas of thought, and he has had a close relationship with the artist who has painted his portrait, Murali Surya, who, as I understand it, is a devout Hindu, and also, like Arnold, has a split professional personality in that he worked as an engineer on the first particle accelerator constructed in India. Lastly, those of you who know him well will know that Arnold is not free from eccentricities, which he does like to play up from time to time, and that he holds very strong opinions on a number of issues of the day, such as the need for proper storage of nuclear waste arising from the AUKUS deal. He will never be alone at the Victorian Bar in those characteristics, that is, eccentricities and a commitment to significant issues of the day. But those characteristics are probably best explored over a drink rather than in a speech like this. As I said when I last introduced Arnold at a bar function to speak about his work in the Himalayas, I'm proud to have had him as my reader at the bar because he comprises the scientist's, or he combines rather, the scientist's love of objective truth with the good barrister's love of justice in a uniquely individual way. And having done my best to introduce him, I will now formally unveil his portrait and after we've heard from Jason, invite him in due course to respond to it. This is a bit of a challenge. And now, Jason, I think it's your turn.
Thank you, and what an honour it is to be able to play this song for you. We've got a video presentation to go along with the song, produced by none other than Arnold. So without further ado, thank you.
A strong fascination. The way the earth and rocks were formed sparked his imagination. Well, Arnie grew up smart, he formed a master plan, but life spent as a barrister was just a small part of the man. Well, I saw him driving trucks around the Mongol hills. No one even had a clue about the man of many skills. Then he found his true calling when the towers fell, with steely eyes and a strong will, and stories yet to tell. But oh, you never saw him coming, and you're not sure what he did, but he'll be at your side job's done right, and then he's gone again. That old train, Puffin' Billy, came steaming round the ridge. Then the sound of screeching tyres was heard near the trestle bridge. Then at the scene came Arnold, and then the work began. He redesigned a better way for no more accidents again. But oh, you never saw him coming, and you're not sure what he did, but he'll be at your side until the job's done right. Way up in the Himalayas, 41 men were trapped. A national disaster, a highway tunnel collapse. The country needed guidance, so with a desperate call to arms, they sent for Arnold to bring knowledge, trust and calm. With his back against the wall, hand buried in the sand, he listened to the mountain of this unforgiving land. The families and friends were praying day and night. Hope was slowly fading. Could they get them out alive? Oh, I'll bring them home by Christmas. Well, I promise this to you. At the site till the job's done right. Well, I know we'll see it through. Well, he never lost the faith. He surely spoke the truth. Every man was free, in plain sight and living proof. Arnold was a hero all across that foreign land. But back home here in Australia, well, he's a virtual unknown man.
very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Jason. That's fantastic. I'm going to do my submissions like that next time. Thank you so much. That was so great. And what a wonderful, warm video too. Arnold, could you maybe come up and attempt to deal with everything that's come before? Thanks, Arnold.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm quite lost for words, which is unlike me for those of you who know me. So I see the contribution that I've been able to make to the world and to the safety of literally billions of people every day as a direct function of what I learned here at this bar. Because before I came to this bar, as you heard from His Honour in such a wonderful speech, I had learnt that being a lawyer at a law firm was not for me, but I also felt that I was quite clever and I'd had quite a good career as a scientist and an engineer. But it was here that I got taught something much more important, and that was taught humility. That was taught sensitivity to whether it's the court, the room, the people around you, your adversaries, to the situation. It's where it taught me that justice isn't just in the places we might think of here as barristers, as lawyers, as legal practitioners. But justice also has to be sought in the broader parts of the world where often there aren't the systems of justice that we enjoy so much here in Victoria. And so I set about, particularly after the events of the World Trade Center, to make the world a little bit safer and better and more just. And if I hadn't had the mentorship, if I hadn't had the humiliation of losing the unlosable case, more often than I should have, I submit, Your Honour, if I hadn't been that barrister who sought leave to appear in London and doesn't come back with stories of great victory, but of being wiped on the floor by the local establishment and not listened to, if I hadn't had all those experiences, I couldn't bring the focus and the energy and the commitment to justice in the broadest sense to the tasks that I get asked to help with. And I'm watching Perry look at me over there on the wall. Now, Perry and I, Max Perry, he was the master of me in the readers course, and I can hear him saying all sorts of horrible things to me right now because he was my dearest friend until he passed recently. And Perry taught me the importance also of hiding your sting, hiding your intellect. You don't want people to see you coming because you've got an objective to achieve. All these lessons I learned here. And as His Honour rightly said, I've got a bee in my bonnet right now, and I've got a bee in my bonnet for probably the rest of my life, no matter how long I live, and that is I'm very concerned that we, as this generation, haven't dealt with high-level nuclear waste for the benefit of our children and our children's 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 children for what will be tens of thousands of years. And so in the portrait that my dear friend Murali, because Murali and I are now like brothers, because he's been looking at me worse than any judge could. He's been staring at me hour upon hour. We've been talking about everything from particle accelerators in India's journey to being one of the world's nuclear powers, to the psychology of perception, to how you capture someone's personality in a picture. Murali has been trying to teach me fine art. And I don't know, I'm just a beginner in that. But when you look at the portrait, the tie that I'm wearing in that portrait is of the International Atomic Energy Agency. And they have asked me to champion the conversion of theory into burying nuclear waste for the world. So that's my current mission. So on that note, I'd just like to say thank you all for coming. When I saw the number of chairs here, I wasn't quite sure whether we were going to fill them, so I'm very encouraged that there's actually more people in the room than there are chairs. So thank you for coming and enjoying this evening with me. I'm so honoured, and I could not do what I do around the world without all of you. You are the Victorian Bar, and you encapsulate the very qualities that are necessary to make the world a better place. And for that I thank you, and I'm proud to be part of you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, my role is as chair of this gallery in which you are sitting, is to bring the evening to a close. It's rather remarkable. I think it's our most unique unveiling. We've had a real unveiling. We've had a most wonderful musical performance live of a genuine songster telling a story of a member of this bar, and we've had, if I may say so, from our subject, a most moving and really touching and deeply thoughtful speech of appreciation. So thank you, Arnold. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Murali, our artist. And thank you all for attending tonight. Please stay. There are more refreshments and you're most welcome to mingle. And for those of you who haven't seen the gallery at all, you're most welcome to look at the full range, the diversity of the bar over its long history. And it's a diversity which the Gallery Foundation is committed to expanding so as to capture not only the history, the great and the good of the past, but the contemporary and future leaders of the bar in all their diversity. So this is a very special place, and you're most welcome here, and that brings the evening the formal part to a close. Thank you.